It's really bright in here too. This is awesome. How is everybody doing? That's it? Okay, Google, present. So we're super excited to have you all here. So I know some of you, who wasn't here last night for the dinner? Okay, so you missed a huge party we had. You get to see some of the pictures later. So my name is Madusha Cooray. I know we connected via emails, we had a few conversations, and some of you went and explored the city. How many of you, I know we asked you this question even yesterday, how many of you came here to Toronto for the first time? How many of you, oh, first time, yeah, there you go. And first time taking a flight, right? First time at a Google office. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's quite a few of you. How many of you are international students or foreign born? Oh, wow. Look at this. This is Canada, by the way. So there you go. How many of you are working internships, co-op jobs, or maybe summer jobs? Awesome. Internship? Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. We're super excited to have you all here. And we have a great few days planned, a day and a half planned for you. You can find the agenda outside, but I'm going to give you a quick overview as to what we're going to be covering. We're going to get you to do crack those knuckles up and do some workshops, do some coding. We're going to show some of our technologies, and some of our experts and Google is going to walk you through some of this. We also want to give you enough time to have conversations with each other and share some of your stories. Many of you shared some great ideas last night, and I want you guys to bounce ideas off as to how to market your communities, how to recruit students, and some of you already have these things planned. And then we also want to give you an opportunity to be, there's a workshop to help you be better communicators. It's going to be awesome. And then we have another activity planned this evening at Spin. So hopefully you saved some of that energy from last night for today. Tomorrow we'll try to get you out by 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock, I think one of you had to take a flight to India, right? Where? Huh? Dubai. Oh, you're going back to Dubai. We brought you suitcases, everything packed, you're ready to go. Awesome. All right, we try to accommodate everything we can. So, a few housekeeping items. I think two of you even messaged me right after I made the announcement as to what the code of conduct is, and it's very simple. Be respectful to each other. Give everybody an opportunity to share their ideas, listen to what they have to say. And I want to see this not during the summit, not only during the summit, even on Slack, even when you're on Twitter, even on LinkedIn. Make sure that it's a courtesy. And this will bring you guys closer together. It'll be you better communicators. And there's a few housekeeping items. There's bathrooms, men's bathrooms are on this side. Women's bathrooms are on the other side. There's coffee always available for you. And if you have any other issues, you want to go downstairs for some reason, flag one of the volunteers, flag one of the Googlers, and we're more than happy to help you out. Okay, so why are you really here? So I know you went through this whole process, and you sent out the applications, and you are the elite of all these applicants who came in. Now, there's a reason for that, because some of you already have some of the experience and the qualifications we're looking for, and some of you, we can help you develop into even better leaders, but that doesn't mean the ones who didn't qualify, and we were more than happy to make those introductions, and maybe they might join you as part of your core teams going forward. And we had a blast. So I know it was a lot of work to get the word out and get you guys to apply. I had conversations with some of your profs. Guelph, I think I had a few calls with them. Where's New Brunswick? There you go. Smaller school, they said, but hey, there you're here. And we had a lot of fun going through the applications, going through the interviews, and most importantly, looking at some of your videos. So I got permission to share one of them that we thought was one of the best. And I knew you put a lot of work into it.
Hello Google, look at your DSC, now back at me. Back at your DSC, and back at me. Sadly, they aren't me, but they could be if they actually sought out new learning experiences, worked closely with administration, and organized events about inclusivity in STEM. Look down, back up, where are you? You're watching a video of me, finding ways to inspire students to get involved on campus and support women in tech, all while studying a degree in software engineering. They could be me, or you could just pick me.
Right? I thought that's why I had some water. I was like, I gotta get this right. Okay, so quick recap. So after you got the applications in, we sent out the acceptance email out. We had a few conversations. We started with 3 or 4 phone calls. Some of you even pinged me individually. We set up a Slack channel. Everybody have access to the Slack channel, right? And you guys are happy communicating through that. Danny's on it too. I think Komal and Erica, I think they're admins. And then we went through the portal. We had some trouble getting into the portal. Did everybody sort that out? Everybody has access to the portal now? Everything's working fine? Awesome. Awesome. So then we got some of you even started sharing with your network that you guys already got into the DSC program. I know you even sent out a LinkedIn post. You did a few things there, which is awesome. Now we mapped out as to what this exercise is going to be last week. After going through the applications, after noticing that you waited till the last minute to get those applications in, I didn't even bother sending an email. That's why I sent you guys a video. I'm like, you're going on a long weekend. You can watch this on your way there. You can think about it. You can start working on it. So there's a few things we wanted to do. We want you to understand how to use our brand, create a web presence, right? See how you're going to build that community virtually as well as in person, and then start doing the recruitment thing. So we're going to go through all these elements a little bit deeper during our exercise, and I want everybody to show what they've done, and then what's going to happen is tomorrow we're going to allocate 30 minutes where you all go as a group and present what you guys came up with. So everybody gets to experience this. Now, that being said, you probably know what Google is, what we do, our history, our beginning, right? And then you might be wondering where you fit in to this huge organization, right? So we are a part of Google Developers, right? And there are other programs that's under it that we're going to talk a little bit deeper into. And we are the front lines because we support, I think, 9 different products. 9 different products that has more than 1 billion users. Now just imagine what 1 billion users look like. North America and South America combined is 1 billion people. They speak 12 different languages, that's 35 different countries, right? Google search gets 60,000 hits a second. YouTube, I think we talked about YouTube yesterday, gets 500 hours of content uploaded every minute. And we realized we couldn't do this. We couldn't do this alone because there's so many different requirements, so many different elements that come to play. So we needed a sounding board. We needed to find partners. We needed to find communities. We needed to find and build relationships. As a result, that's what gave the Google developers the sole purpose to go identify what those gaps are, build those communities and relationships, and help them support them and continue that feedback loop back to the organization. So while doing that, from the other side, some of us who joined these organizations have some battle scars. We were members of those communities. So I was one of those. In 2011, we were doing mobile applications. We had 2.5 million downloads. We had about 100,000 daily active users. They used to call us the Harold and Kumar in Waterloo. I don't know whether that reference is still relevant because we didn't have a community. I'm not a developer. He's not a developer. I'm a mechanical engineer. He's a chemical engineer. And we were just like going on YouTube, trying to figure things out, and then we started building these applications on a platform that no longer exists, right? And at that time, the whole industry was very new, and we didn't know where to diversify. We didn't know where to go. And then we ended up taking some bets that didn't turn out to be the way we wanted to, and we missed the boat. We had all this momentum, and we lost it. So this is very near and dear and personal to some of us who want to build that next generation of developers and problem solvers, right? So what's the process? How do you do this? So we have this one to few to many approach. Now, one being me, my team, our DAs, who come up with this information, and then the few, the elite few being you, and a few other communities that we have, and then the many being the communities that you end up building, the developers, the students that you engage with, right? And they don't necessarily need to be developers at some cases. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. So one of these communities that are very successful programs that we have is called Google Developer Groups. This is a community-led individuals who are interested in Google technologies who come together, they connect, they learn, and they grow. And so far, our community, this community program has grown for more than 1,000 chapters globally. They do more than 7,000 events a year. And you can be collaborating with them on a few other campaigns in the future. And there's another great community called Women Tech Makers. And then the sole purpose of Women Tech Makers is to help celebrate women, encourage them to pursue careers and excel in technology, improve that, shatter that glass ceiling, and improve diversity. So even yourselves, when you put your hands up and you said, hey, we're from all these different countries, you're not even born in Canada, that counts into the mission that we have put forward with Women Tech Makers. Now, you can't do any of this with this other group, in my opinion. Now, this is another program that I support with our team. These are some recognized individuals who are experts and they're leaders in more than one Google technology. And few of them are going to be here today and tomorrow, and they're going to be doing some sessions with you guys. These are the mavens. These are the evangelists who answer all the questions on Quora, Stack Overflow, on the internet. And these are the people who we reached out to or referred when we were figuring things out as developers early on. So now you might be wondering, so where do you fit into this whole flow of things? You're the first link in that journey. We want you to become the next GDG leads. We want you to become the next Google developer experts, women tech makers, the next CEOs of the next tech companies. As you can see, we expect you to have a little bit of all these different elements. You can pick and choose what you want to do in the future, but we're going to expose to all these 3-4 different elements. And one of the things that's missing here is Launchpad, but we're going to get into that later down as we go through. Now, I can't do this all alone, and this is not something that we had to collaborate with different teams. And our team here, so you already know who I am. Kyle at the back, who is our regional lead, he used to be a Google developer expert for Firebase, right? He was a Google Developer Group lead for about 8 years. So there's a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience there. Carly, so you probably met already, is an events expert. She has a PhD, I call her, like she got a PhD in events management. She can tell you what the difference between running an event and a meetup. So and she promised to do a session virtually with all of you to give you some tips as to how to do event management, how to run meetups, how to manage expectations, how to track and put an agenda together, and things like that. Komal, Erica, who's gonna be talking a little later. Some of you all met last night. She's gonna give you a quick, broad overview as to what DSC is. And Komal works with her, based in New York. She's not gonna be here today. And Daniel, who just joined our team recently, is gonna be the goose to my Maverick in the US, who's going to be running this DSC program. If there's one takeaway, if there's one mission statement or a North Star, anytime you get lost or if you get confused as to what to do, I want you to always remember your mission here is to create awareness. When I was a developer, or a hack developer, I used to call it, I didn't know what was available. I remember December 20th, our servers got hacked, and we didn't put things in place. And when another developer showed it to me, I was like, this is so easy, but I didn't know about it. But then when I started building and when I started helping a few other kids, I remember I took an Uber. This person was a Navy veteran. He retired a little early. He's trying to get into computer science and he kept saying, I hate it, I can't visualize it. I'm like, did you try using Google Sheets and using app scripts? And it kind of helped, that's what it helped me visualize how things work, how things get processed, because it's simple. You start with an equation, and then you can build a database, and it kind of build that momentum. And we want you to think about it this way, because not everybody has or pursued to become a developer. They have the skill set, but you need to position it a little bit differently and create that awareness that you're looking for. Accessibility. Now, I have a crappy Wi-Fi signal at my basement sometimes, and sometimes the whole system crashes, but I like working there. When I was an undergraduate student, we didn't have the best computer lab. Now, I know some of you might run into these situations when you're running your events. There might be kids who don't have a laptop, they don't have access to Wi-Fi at home. We got to solve those problems. And we might have some ideas, and we want you to bring some of those solutions to play as well. And then the other thing is educating. Me being an engineer, having a little brother, younger brother, I always like, dude, it's easy. I get it. How come you can't get it? Because we're not the best teachers sometimes. Some of us engineers. So we have a session dedicated to teach you how to teach computer science. We're going to go to the basics. We're going to start with the block-based programming platform called CS First, and we're going to hopefully help you build that skill set that you're looking for. And then we want you to go build. We want you to go build and solve some real problems. And we want you to tell all the stories about it. Because as I said, I came from a entrepreneurial background. I still like that, and when you ask that, what I'm looking to get out of this program, I'm trying to live vicariously through you, because it was so much fun working with the startup side. Now you're in this ground level, building all these things up. So there's one more thing, and I want you all to make sure everything you do going forward, take the time and have fun. Have fun doing it. Have fun running the events. I know I don't want you to feel like this is a full-time job. And then always remember, you make it fun for everybody else, because this might be your first, this is your first, and this might be your last summit. Why? Because we want you to train the next leads coming up, and I want you to make that fun for everybody. But if you're not having fun, it's going to be having difficulty to get others to have fun and join the program. That's all the time I have. I'm going to be around. and we're going to have an awesome time. And then we're really looking forward to building this community with you. So thank you so much for your time.